demande le meilleur. Et donc le poindo à toi à la boule.
To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolwani, my dear people, this is your queen, Ngningone II of the name, 17th generation crown queen of the Fangs and of the Diasporan Africans, also known as the Immortals. Welcome, welcome back, my dear royals, to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, hello, my name is Queen Ngningone II. I'm the host at NUBIA, the path to return. Now, if you like my vibe, stick around. I promise you, you will learn something. Now, to my returning royals, welcome back. Thank you, my dear people, for tuning in for another video with your queen. Thank you for liking my videos, sharing, and commenting. Thank you so much. And thank you for your generous donations, all right? Those blessings their queen shall never lack. Thank you.
Pour comprendre ce que c'est que l'ère du Verseau, il faut aller dans ce qu'on appelle en spiritualité un jour de Dieu, un jour de manifestation. Un jour de manifestation dure à peu près 25 920 ans, subdivisé en 12 parties qui font chacune 2160 ans environ. L'ère du Verseau est l'ère qui suit dans l'ordonnancement de l'horoscope, donc du cercle astrologique, astronomique. Eh bien, l'ère du Verseau vient après l'ère des Poissons, qui lui-même, cette ère elle-même, qui vient après l'ère du Bélier. Donc, dans la course, dans le mouvement, la course que fait le Soleil, dans ce qu'on appelle le mouvement apparent, le Soleil traverse en 25 920 ans à peu près les 12 signes du zodiaque, partant du Bélier en passant par tous les autres jusqu'au Poisson. Et donc, chaque ère qui dure donc 2160 ans va être une ère où l'atmosphère est modifiée. Et en particulier, l'ère du Verseau est donc une ère très, très particulière. D'ailleurs, on appelle cette ère-là l'ère apocalyptique. Ça veut dire que c'est l'ère où des événements d'une grandeur, d'une puissance incroyable se déroulent et se manifestent sur la terre. Et c'est ce qu'on vit déjà, c'est les prémices de cette ère du Verseau que nous vivons actuellement, là où tout se dématérialise. Tout ce qui jusqu'à maintenant s'était cristallisé, s'était densifié, les forces du Verseau, comme son nom l'indique, verse eau, il y a une eau vive qui vient de la surnature et qui va donc se déverser sur l'humanité et eh bien, va démasquer, va rendre visible tout ce qui était caché. Et vous voyez pourquoi il y a cette découverte de... Voilà pourquoi à l'ère du Verseau, qui a comme planète maîtresse Uranus, donc on pourrait dire aussi que c'est l'ère d'Uranus, eh bien, les forces uraniennes font en sorte que l'homme déploie une puissance, y compris une puissance de destruction. Vous savez par exemple que l'uranium, eh bien, suivez mon regard, ça vient d'Uranus, cet uranium qu'on peut transformer, qui peut devenir neptunium, qui peut devenir plutonium, lorsqu'on a enlevé ou ajouté certaines particules et tout, eh bien, vous voyez bien ce qu'on en fait. Autant on en fait l'électricité, le courant pour éclairer les villes et consorts, pour faire tourner les machines et tout, autant ce même uranium nous permet de fabriquer une bombe atomique qui peut décimer toute l'humanité. Et vous comprenez donc que les forces uraniennes, pendant l'ère du Verseau, viennent pour détruire tout ce qui s'oppose à l'intention divine, à la marche naturelle des choses. Et alors, nous connaissons ce qu'on appelle l'apocalypse, donc des événements malheureux. C'est cela que nous vivons actuellement. Et cela va aller s'accentuant parce que les siècles, les années qui viennent, nous allons entrer de plein pied dans l'ère du Verseau. Et alors, je peux dire, il y aura des pleurs et des grincements de dents si les hommes refusent de vivre le chemin de la vérité. Il faut que le mensonge cesse. Il faut que les dirigeants du monde disent la vérité aux hommes. Il faut que les dirigeants du monde cessent de mentir, de chercher par la ruse à détruire les autres peuples, à appauvrir les autres, à ruser jusqu'à prendre toutes les richesses pour une poignée de personnes. Le Verseau ne peut jamais accepter cela. Donc on est entré dans cette ère de dématérialisation où la vérité doit s'imposer par tous les moyens. Voilà ce qu'on appelle l'ère du Verseau. Par opposition, par exemple, à l'ère du Poisson, qui c'était une ère qui était davantage plus religieuse, très religieuse. Les gens aimaient les regroupements, les gens voulaient absolument aller vers Dieu ensemble et tout cela, parce que l'ère des Poissons était influencée par la planète maîtresse qui est Neptune, la planète de la religion. Et donc vous comprenez que avec le Verseau, les forces uraniennes, c'est des forces d'une puissance inouïe qui détruisent systématiquement ce qui s'oppose à l'intention de Dieu. Donc il y a Uranus, le Fils, et il y a Pluton, le Père. Quand les deux-là se combinent, c'est la catastrophe. Or, il faut nécessairement que l'humanité prenne la voie de la sagesse. C'est la seule solution pour que le Verseau ne soit pas une catastrophe pour nous, mais que plutôt nous puissions utiliser les forces de cette eau qui se déverse pour reconstruire le vêtement que l'homme avait perdu pendant sa chute.
Now, my dear children, I first had to start with this video I shared in the beginning, which is a teaching, a very important teaching from one of our elders, all right, teaching us about the age of the Aquarius. My dear children, when I tell you that we should feel privileged, we are indeed the chosen generation which will live in a free Africa, all right? All these things you see happening around is not happening just by mere coincidence. This time in our history was prophesied to our ancestors that will come a time the children of Africa will heal, they will unite, and together they will rebuild the new Africa. All right? So, I want you guys to understand that the wind of freedom which is blowing in the west of Africa and has started to blow in the east, that wind is meant to blow throughout the continent. And guess what, my dear children, the best part? The best part is that nobody or nothing, no man or no woman born by a woman can ever stop it. It's set in stone. So that's why you are seeing what is currently happening in Africa happening. So my dear children, I did my own digging, to get to the root cause. So I'm just going to give you a little roundup of the state of the affairs. Those of you who are familiar with the situation in Mali. So the Mali revolution was, jump-started by the youth. The French military were trying to cross Mali's territory to go and terrorize their northern neighbors. The youth said enough is enough. So they gathered and they blocked the French convoy. So when the news went to Bamako that the youth is, holding the French troops, blocking them, the French troops had even started opening fire on them. The military were left with no choice but man up and take over and tell the youth, we are with you. So this is the case of Mali, and as you know, there's a character and hero that is emerging from that region in Africa, and is the Colonel Assimi Goïta. So as you could see, this young king, this young boss, in 1 year was successfully able to decolonize 500 years of French occupation of his homeland. So in a little over a year, I want to say maybe a year and a couple of months, he kicked the French military out, because any so-called independent country that still has a foreign military base, I'm sorry, is still under occupation. All right? So he kicked them out. He even sent their ambassador packing. He dropped their currency. I mean, they were trying to be wicked about it. As you know, during the age of the Aquarius, whatever is meant to hurt the righteous will work to their advantage. For all of you wicked people out there, just know this is not the time to attempt, contemplate, or do evil against any of the chosen ones. All right? So they dropped sanctions on Mali, and what did Mali ended up doing was getting their own currency, go with the partnership they truly wanted, which is Russia, arm themselves as we are speaking. Mali has anti-missile protecting their airspace. It's no longer French village, yes, because the countries that were colonized by French are French villages, all right? But villages without the liability, they come and do whatever they want, they come and take whatever they want without the liability. At least if you're a village or a department, overseas department or something, they still have the liability to take care of you. But the way they do African countries, they own them without the liability. So our honorable and amazing son, Assimi Goïta, all right, he kicked them out altogether, and he has recently announced that they even have dropped the colonizer language. Now the official language of Mali is Bambara. Their news are being said in Bambara, my dear people. So this is an example when the people are determined. What do you think happened there? Of course, the enemy who comes to steal, rob, rape, and murder and do all these things, of course he tried the people around them. He tried and they didn't find anybody. And guess what? Now they're ready to look at our fathers in Mali eye to eye. Now they want to negotiate with them. Now they want to do business with them. The lesson is the enemy will be the enemy. The thief will be the thief. The rapist will be the rapist. The murderer will be the murderer. But it takes one of us to lead them to us for them to even have the opportunity to do that. The former masters are just waiting for us to man up, to mature, to love ourselves strong enough to prevent them from recruiting puppets around us, as long as there's unlimited supply of people who always want to walk on other people's shoes. Since I came with my mission to gather the diaspora, and there's like so many queens now who they think they have the calling to do the same thing. These are the things that hold us back. But in this day and age, anybody going against the divine order will pay. If you guys love yourself, if you love your children, there's just curses you don't want to bring in your lineage just because you're selfish. Think about the people you love, okay? Because when we betray our people, because of our own brokenness, we want to put our mouth to a divine order, a divine mission. We want to put our mouth. We want to jump in front and compete with them. You become an obstacle to Tata Zambe and our divine team. And you know what they do? They proceed with removal. Just like they are removing the scums. Huh? These leaders who have been selling us out since the fall of our forefathers, just selling us out, mortgaging the destiny of the African people worldwide. Because when Africa is crippled, its descendants throughout the world will suffer the cost of being at the bottom of the barrel. That's why Burkina Faso is on fire. Enough is enough. That's why Niger, my dear people, that's why Niger is on fire. Because our fathers on the continent are drawing the line. They're drawing the swords. The spirit of our warriors have awakened. This is the age of the Aquarius, the age that does not give room for any evil seed to grow. The disgraced President Bazoum was a French puppet. When the Nigerian military put hands on the jihadists, the so-called terrorists, they noticed that the terrorists were better equipped than even Nigerian army. So they told themselves that we have to execute them. These are the people who have been destabilizing our land. These are the people who have been killing our sons and daughters. Do you know that they're so low in resources that the people in the region being terrorized by their so-called jihadists, these people form a volunteer army. Sons and daughters of that place say enough is enough. Military training or not, they will defend their land. These jihadists were murdering many of them. So the general of the army said we need to execute them. The president said let go of them. I'm the president. Yes. He thought he was talking to a fool. And the general who took over put him under arrest instantly. As a son of that land, you are participating in shedding our blood. You're no longer a brother. You're no longer a president. The law of the land says anybody, any citizen catching a terrorist, a traitor, anything against the interests of our people is a declared enemy and must be handled as such. So what has happened to the Bazoum traitor? He's under arrest, all right, and they judged him. They found him guilty of treason, all right, and he's going to be set for execution, rightfully so, because our fathers have had it enough.
Bring back slavery or start World War III.
World War III. World War III. He gets some kind of revenge where we want revenge like this. World War III. Some people must collect this time around. Yes.
Je voudrais dire à Bertrand que j'ai déjà dit ça en off. Si tu veux combattre pour l'Afrique, ne compte pas sur les Africains. Je te dis ça. Je t'ai toujours dit que pour combattre pour l'Afrique, il faut compter sur le vrai Dieu. Et longtemps que je dis ça, tu me dis, président, je t'ai toujours dit ça. Parce que les Africains se sont organisés. Une bonne partie des Africains est organisée pour que l'Afrique ne bouge pas. Ils sont des millions d'Africains qui travaillent contre l'Afrique. Ça commence depuis les familles le niveau le plus bas, des familles en passant par les ethnies, les tribus. Ça continue avec des présidents, des groupes d'intellectuels, entre guillemets, des pasteurs, des imams, des chefs traditionnels. C'est une organisation holistiquement organisée qui a pour mission de travailler contre l'Afrique. Les Africains travaillent contre l'Afrique et ils le font en connaissance de cause. Ce n'est pas une aliénation. En connaissance de cause. Ce sont des choix objectifs qu'ils ont faits. Leurs intérêts les amènent à faire ça. Ils le font en connaissance de cause. Ce sont des Occidentaux à la peau noire. Et ça ramène le débat sur la table, le vrai débat. Qui est africain et qui ne l'est pas?
Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. Apart from not accepting the idea of great powers once again making Africa the theater of operation, we have a particular position that you know about over the Ukraine war, where we have been very, very vocal and upfront about condemning the invasion of Russia by Russia. And therefore, they're now to have this group at our borders is a matter of some considerable disquiet and concern.
Gaëla Tikaya la patrona, Gilda Sambendengesi, mon ami Gaël, Iloïdjo, Iya. Le meilleur, et donc les points à toi, à la